Welcome back, football fam. We're going to drop another video for y'all. In this one, what if the Raiders don't draft Fernando Mendoza? We got 10 names and 10 scenarios for you that we're going to run through real quick. Possible outcomes that the Raiders could possibly do if they're not sold on Fernando Mendoza, like the media is. Let's just start the thing off with the obvious. What if they just draft the best guy available? Well, if you go by the Gilly Boys top 65, the number one player is Caleb Downs. And do you draft a safety at the number one overall pick? Traditionally, no, but this guy's different. Probably the safest bet of anybody in the draft is who's going to be a bona fide superstar. 6 foot, 205 pound junior. PFF ranks him at number one overall as well. ESPN ranks him number 5. NFL Network ranks him number 10. Like I said, we rank him number 1. I think it's a good scenario. Your thoughts on Caleb Downs going to the Raiders?
I like this. I like the Caleb Downs going to the Raiders, but I would also suggest maybe Arva Reese.
We'll get to him. We'll get to him. I think in the scenario that they can do, they can possibly trade down with a team, maybe even the Commanders or somebody like that, or not probably not the Commanders because they don't want a quarterback. Maybe they can trade with the Jets and get the Jets second and 16, and they can figure out a way to get Caleb Downs and then draft another guy at number 16, help rebuild that defense. I would say start there, get you the safety, get you a pass rusher, and then probably find your quarterback in the second round. Let the Jets get Fernando Mendoza. Let that be their issue to figure out. That's just my opinion. That's just one scenario. Moving on, if they don't draft Caleb Downs, they talk about trading Max Crosby. The ball's in Max Crosby's court if he wants to be traded or not. You're gonna have to find somebody to fill that void.
It was in his court last year, and he decided to stay when he knew the team was. So
one name I bring up is just one of the pass rushers. This happened to be the number 2 player on our big board, and that'll be Rueben Bain Jr., the edge out of Miami, 6'3", 275 pounds, rock solid kind of dude. PFF ranks him number 5. ESPN ranks him number 6. NFL Network ranks him number 6. Your thoughts on Rueben Bain possibly either replacing or playing with Max Crosby?
yeah, Ruben Bain, great pick. He would definitely be replacing Max Crosby because I don't see Max Crosby in the Raiders uniform anymore after last season, especially at the end of the year. Yeah, I think that would be a great fit. You got someone who can stop the run, who can rush the passer. Someone, and that's what you need. That's a great person to build a team around.
And I would preface this. This is just the Raiders possibly trading down as well to get a player, letting somebody else get the number 1 overall pick, getting more assets coming in because they got a lot of holes. Secondary is a big hole for them. Pass rush is a big hole. But I think their biggest issue is on the offensive line, which brings us to player 3 and player 4. 2 guys we got them grouped together: Spencer Fano and Francis Mawanoa, both tackles. Both guys similar size. Maui Noah, 6'6", 315. PFF actually ranks him 19th overall. ESPN ranks him 8th. NFL Network ranks him 13. Re-rank him 6th. The other guy, Spencer Fano, 6'6" out of Utah. 6'6", 308 pounds out of Utah. PFF ranks him 17. ESPN ranks him 7. NFL Network ranks him 12. Your thoughts on Spencer Fano or Francis Manoa possibly going to the Raiders?
I hate it. I don't want them to judge any one of them because I'm actually rooting for those guys. But if you're not going to draft a quarterback and you want to start getting your offensive line ready for your new quarterback, I think you draft one of those guys. That it would be smart by the Raiders if they don't go defense, you go with one of these guys. You don't go a receiver or anybody else. You start with the offensive line. So
I agree. Great teams are built from the trenches, inside out. I've always believed highly in having a strong offensive line over anything. I would build my offensive line up before I got my quarterback. That's just me. Because what's the point of having a franchise quarterback if you land on his back every game? Uh, so if I'm the Raiders, possibly you got so many holes. Build up the offensive line first. You saw what Ashton Genty looked like at the beginning of the year. It was god awful. People talking about this guy's a bust. He had to have a Superman Herculean type effort to get yards toward the end of the year, and it was a tough stretch for him. Did he crack 1,000?
Nah.
He didn't crack 1,000. I didn't think he crashed 1,000 rush yards. It's tough sledding when you ain't got no help up front, man.
I don't think he cracked 1,000 total yards.
I think he did. He could have had a couple 100-yard receiving games, I think, toward the end of the year.
I know he had 2.
I think. I'm hoping. So there's 4 guys right there. 5th guy they could possibly draft, and this is gonna be the number 8th ranked guy on the Gilly Boys top 165, top 65. We got Ohio State linebacker / edge Arvell Reese, 6'4", 243 pounds. The junior. PFF has him ranked as number 3. ESPN has him ranked number 2. NFL Network also has him ranked number 3. Now, when we ranked Arvell Reese, we ranked him as a linebacker. They are throwing in an edge projection. If he plays more edge than he did in college, then we'll rank him as such moving forward. But he's getting a lot of Michael Parsons comp. I'm seeing more Frankie Louvu. But, is he Michael Parsons? If he's Michael Parsons, he's the number 1 overall player.
He's closer to Michael Parsons than Frankie Louvu. I'll tell you that.
Okay. I would hope so. Number 1 overall player.
I don't like Frankie Louvu.
I mean, as a linebacker prospect, Arvell Reese is what you want. He's fast, plays sideline to sideline, good motor, especially in the first half of the season. Second half of the season, he did trail off. I don't know if he had any injuries. Are just a little fatigued, but they could figure that out. Conditioning in camp. I like Arvell Reese. Excellent size, 6'4", 243. That is tremendous size for a linebacker. Help build up their second level. They don't have any linebackers like that in Vegas, so I think it'd be a good look. You probably have to trade first overall pick. Just draft him at number 1. If you're that confident, if you're that confident in his edge abilities, we'll see. I mean, if he's gonna play edge, you gotta put a little weight on, in my opinion.
I mean, he finds the football, so
yeah. But as a linebacker, he is a legit prospect, and I think that's something they need to look at. All right, we got 5 guys down, 5 guys to go. I told you a big problem they had was in the secondary. We covered a safety. Let's talk about a corner they could possibly draft. I'm thinking Mansour Delane out of LSU. Mansour Delane is where was he on our board? I'm sorry, y'all. I just redid it. He's number 9, cornerback at LSU, 6 foot, 190 pounds. PFF ranks him 14. ESPN ranks him 16. NFL Network ranks him 8. Your thoughts on Mansour Delane possibly going to the Raiders?
I don't think you draft a corner this early when you have so many other holes. Like if they were to move down further in the draft, I could see this pick. But if you're up there, if you're like top 5, top 6 already, you don't need to draft Mansour Delane. You need to draft more important needs. If you can go out there and sign it, you can sign a corner in a free agency if he fits your system.
I'm basing all this on them possibly trading down, getting more assets instead of using the first overall pick. Like possibly trading with the Commanders, Saints, Chiefs, Jets, Cardinals, some of those type players, some of those type teams, excuse me. That's just, I think it'd be a good look. I like Mansour Delane. Kind of fits the attitude they need. I'm curious where he runs at the combine. If he runs too slow, he's probably going to drop. But I think you trust what you see on tape. And I see an elite cornerback. He was elite at LSU. He was the best. Most games, he was the best player on the field. Mm-hmm. So, regardless of the outcome of the game. So.
I agree. He's the number 1 corner in the draft for a reason.
That's 6 players down, 4 to go. We're going to group these next 2 together because they're both wide receivers. How about Jordan Tyson and Makai Lemon? Two West Coast receivers. What you think?
So we skipping Tate, or is he already taken off the board?
I ain't want to put Tate in Vegas.
I'm glad
Jordan
you. I'm
Tyson.
glad you didn't.
Jordan Tyson ranks 10th on our big board. Wide receiver, Arizona State, 6'2", 200 pounds, redshirt junior. PFF ranks him 7th. ESPN ranks him 9. NFL Network 15th. Makai Lemon, wide receiver, USC, 5'11", 195 junior. PFF ranks 11. ESPN ranks 15. NFL Network ranks 7. They kind of got similar rankings, man. Except like in the NFL Network, Jordan Tyson's 15, Makai Leonard's 7. But if you go to ESPN, Jordan Tyson is 7, and Makai Lemon is 15. So it's kind of crazy. It's funny to me. So not a lot of difference when these guys, except the size. Your thoughts on possibly Jordan Tyson and Makai Lemon playing for the Raiders?
I mean,
Still wearing black.
both of those guys will be good fits. If you're gonna draft a quarterback next year, go ahead and get the offense established. That's why we say offensive line, receiver. I prefer they get Tyson. I do think healthy, he's a better receiver. So that's the thing, though. Can he stay healthy? That's the thing. But I would love to see Jordan Tyson in that uniform because he'll probably be the best receiver in that division.
I agree.
Well,
Rasheed Rice is in the division.
so is Ladd McConkey. So
Say what?
So is Ladd McConkey.
Okay. Yeah. So no, I'm just playing. I like Ladd McConkey, but I think Jordan Tyson has potential to be a lot better than him if he stays healthy. Two more guys to go through, man. Let's just recap: Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain, Spencer Fano, Francis Manoa, Arvell Reese. We then went Mustard Delane, Jordan Tyson, Makai Lemon. Two more guys that Raiders could possibly need to look at if they don't go Fernando Mendoza #1. Going back to the defensive side of the ball, one of the big boys, defensive tackle. You know him. I love him. Caleb Banks out of Florida, 6'6", 330 pounds, the red shirt senior. PFF ranks him 16. ESPN ranks him 28th, and I haven't got his NFL Network rank yet. But what's your thoughts on possibly Caleb Banks going to the Gators?
I don't like it. Nose tackle, defensive tackle to me, that's not a really big need for me. If it's the Raiders, you focus more on the secondary and the offensive line first. Like I think they could get a better option out there.
I respect that. Just that type of size and the way this guy moves at 6'6", 330, you can't teach that. He's a different type of athlete for somebody that's 330 pounds. Can't wait to see what this guy does in the combine. He showed out at the Senior Bowl, like the best player there, in my opinion. So I think he should be a guy that should be getting looked at in the top 10. He should be the first defensive tackle off the board, in my opinion. We'll see if anyone agrees with me. Last guy. Daughter cat. If the Raiders don't draft Fernando Mendoza, who's the one guy they should draft? How about Ty Simpson, quarterback from Alabama?
Don't do that boy like that.
I'm just saying. Why not?
Why didn't you say Carson Beck?
Why not give Ty Simpson a chance? He's ranked 26 on our big board. He is 6'2", 208 pounds, redshirt junior for Alabama. Started 20 games or so throughout his career, I think. Maybe no, probably 15 games.
It's 15. It's less.
Yeah. PFF ranks him 34. ESPN ranks him 21. I haven't got his NFL Network ranking yet. I'll let you guys know that when we drop our top 65 big board. But yeah, Ty Simpson to the Raiders. I think looking at the guy who before the beginning of the season, on to the middle of the season, like the best quarterback in the country, possibly the best player in the country. And I think before the injury news got out there, I think he might have been a guy that could have been in the top 5 easily in the draft. And I think he's gonna rise up boards. He's gonna make his name known again, especially with the news coming out that Trinidad Chambers will no longer be in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally a huge drop off after Ty Simpson. After Ty Simpson, the next guy now is Carson Beck. And what do you want in Carson Beck? I mean, you can't draft him in the second round unless you know what his medical is, because that shoulder injury he had was legit. You saw it when he was throwing the ball. He couldn't get it down the field this year. Well, not consistently. He looked good. Don't get me wrong, but he couldn't get it down the field consistently. And so Ty Simpson is going to be a premium get for someone. He'll get drafted above his value. I guarantee it. If we rank him at 26, I expect him to go somewhere in the top 15. Someone's going to trade up and get this guy. And why won't we? So I think the Raiders need to do their due diligence. Look at Fernando Mendoza. Look at the Ty Simpson. Look at the full body of work. And see who's the better quarterback. Your thoughts?
Yeah, Ty Simpson would be great for the Raiders. If they need a quarterback, he is the best quarterback available in this draft. But if you don't, I'll say if you don't like Ty Simpson, do you wait for like a second or third round and draft Sawyer Robinson maybe, or do you draft Taylor Green, one of those guys, like just later on? If you decide,
Not in the
if you
second,
decide,
third round.
I mean, if you decide not to, well, never know. If you decide not to go Fernando Mendoza, but I don't think the Raiders draft a quarterback at all. Honestly, like, they should not draft. They shouldn't even think about drafting a quarterback.
I actually agree with you. I don't understand why they drafted a quarterback. I think you just run it back with Geno Smith, man. Your team's not ready. Honestly, Aiden O'Connell should be the starting quarterback next year, but I guess he's never gonna get a shot. So he probably just need to leave Vegas now.
I agree. I think Aiden O'Connell should definitely be the quarterback, especially if why pay Geno when he's not producing? Just cut him, save the money. Start Aiden, see what you got.
I agree. They got rid of Cam Miller, so Aiden O'Connell, he should be the next guy up. He looked good in the preseason before the wrist injury.
Yeah.
I think they need to open it up. I don't think they need to be so committed to drafting Fernando Mendoza #1.
What if they're not? What if it's just the media saying that? What if the Raiders don't even want to draft him?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, because there were the Lamar Jackson rumors. Now there's rumors about Derek Carr. So I was saying, are we sure the Raiders are drafting Fernando Mendoza? I just don't buy it. Because got a little soft spot for the Raiders, man. They've been down for a long time. Want these guys to get back up.
I don't.
So you in the division, so of course you don't. But that's all we got, guys. Y'all tell us what you think. How crazy are we for thinking the Raiders are not going to draft Fernando Mendoza? Tell us how he's the best thing since sliced bread. Tell me how Ty Simpson is not on his level. And I can tell you 100 ways he is. And just go in the comment section, man. Tell us what you think. What guy do you think the Raiders should draft if they don't draft Fernando Mendoza? And how do they get that player via trade down? Could they possibly be trading for a quarterback? Could they possibly be getting Derek Carr to retirement? Put a percentage on that for me in the comment section. That's all we got, guys. We out.